Well, it's been a while, right? Since I did a poop room review. And now I'm actually not in the bathroom. In fact, I'm actually outside. Sun, sky, grass. But see, this is no ordinary poop room review. This is more about not really a review about something positive. It's more about a review about something that's kind of going on right now in the world. And that is this whole COVID-19. Yeah, it's kind of a, touchy subject, but I think I can kind of talk about it now because seeing as I tested positive about 2.5 weeks ago, um, it, I mean, I was blessed because luckily I wasn't in the hospital. I wasn't on a ventilator. I wasn't, I don't have any pre-existing issues like that. It was just in my opinion, it is probably the weirdest disease or virus. I'm sorry. To say that, to one day you go from healthy thinking it's, I remember going to work and telling my coworkers, hey, like it's nothing. It's like, it's a sinus infection. It's a sinus, congestion, whatever. And then to get your results back and find out that you're positive, it was like, damn, well, okay. But it's literally the weirdest thing. You have your good days, you have your bad days. There's moments where you feel fine, moments you feel like you're normal, you're average, you're daily, there's nothing wrong. You feel like you can go to work, you can go out, you can go play, And so I can kind of get the people that like are afraid, are possibly breaking quarantine for it because you look at it and it's like, oh, but I feel good, I can go out, but then you have times during the day, like especially for me though, it was at night. And if I tell you that there were probably like a good hour where my temperature would go from like 97, 98 to easily over 100. And then, I'd be coughing. I'm still coughing a little bit congested in the nose. And this is 2.5 weeks later, guys. I just got retested and it came back positive again. So now I'm out for another week. And it is the most frustrating thing because you look at it and you just sit there. And, luckily for me, being at home really isn't too bad because, I'm able to work on like my side projects like writing and designing clothes and, thinking of other things I can do to make it to where, I'm able to proceed with outside goals. And I know usually I sit on the toilet and tell you, hey guys, what's going on? I'm next to the porcelain god. But this one felt more different. I feel like I need to take a bit more of a serious tone about it because, there's a lot of mixed information. And luckily, and, I know that right now I'm blessed to be not like in a position where a lot of people, where some people are, in the hospital, in a much dire situation than I was. The feeling of bringing it home and then suddenly like the entire house has it, it sucked. Like, cause that like you were the first and then and I'm thankful for my wife because it's like, hey, if it wasn't for, her, I probably would have taken it a lot harder because it was like, she just made me think that, if it wasn't me bringing it home, somebody would have brought it. And like that definitely made it rough. And then the idea that, we're getting married in a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean like 6, 7 weeks from now. So to possibly, basically having to postpone the reception, and it's just been crazy. It's like, it's just, to go from like, your average life, regular life, no worries, no hesitation, to now it's like, oh, hey, you can't go out. So like, obviously I posted pictures about, eggplant parmesan. That's because I wanted it. Like I wanted to go to the Italian restaurant down the block, not really down the block, more like 30 minutes away, and get it. And I couldn't because they don't offer curbside. I couldn't enter the building because obviously I had tested positive, and it sucked. And so now it's like, what do you do? So I just want to let you guys know that, regardless of this poop review, it's a short vid, but my family, my wife, her family, while they did test positive, we're all doing okay. None of us, is in dire need. We're pretty solid. I am so blessed that we are in that position. I think right now the biggest frustration now is not being able to go anywhere. You're like, I want to go get some pizza from Papa John's. No. It's like, and plus, you know, when you live out in the farmland, you're not really close to anything. But, you know, if this is a real review about this disease, it's that, you know, this is a real illness. It is not fun, you know, to have the temperature, to have the aches, to have the pains. And, you know, you can compare it to whatever you want, whatever viruses you are. Sorry, I'm outside and we have ants and stuff. Not a fan. But, you know, you got to look at it like, you know, it is still a virus. It is still contagious. You should still be, you know, taking the precautions. You know, I'm luckily enough that I'm in a position where I can, you know, breathe on my own, and a lot of people can't say that. You know, I want to be frustrated. I want to be angry and be like, oh, I want to go out and go do this. But, you know, then I think about the people that are hospitalized for it, and, you know, knowing that they have it worse, it's like, okay, well, you know, my biggest issue is, you know, going back to work. Meanwhile, they're struggling to breathe. It's like, it's a difference in levels there. I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinion about it. I was definitely one of the people that was like, oh, you know what? You know, if I get it, I get it. You know, the mask, you know, I would wear like the basic mask, you know, but I think with this, I definitely think I'm going to be a lot smarter going forward, especially knowing how quick the impact was from me to my family. And then, you know, missing out on, you know, going to the beach for my mom's birthday, but luckily enough, you know, well, not luckily enough, but she wasn't feeling well too. So we both kind of, you know, postponed it. But, you know, it's the craziest thing though. Like, I know it's a virus, and then to go from like healthy 1 minute to sick another minute, it was just madness. And so I know I haven't done a video in a while, and I'm gonna maybe start trying. I'm gonna start a couple ideas I'm thinking about, probably more funner ideas than just, oh my god, the COVID-19 poop and review. Like, I know it's not what people want to hear. You know, there's 1,000 different things going on in real life, and, you know, so I just kind of want to give people an idea, you know, another opinion about it. I mean, it's definitely not fun and games. It's not like, you know, you can just, you know, turn the power button off and it goes away. It's just the weirdest thing. And I think I've taken my temperature more in the last couple weeks than I have probably taken it in like a solid few, like 6 or 7 years. But you know what, guys, you know, for those of us, you know, for those people who don't have, you know, pre-existing illnesses, who aren't, you know, don't have issues and are just, you know, who've just gotten it, you know, get lots of rest, drink lots of fluids, and just think positive, and just remember that there are people out there who are more, you know, susceptible to this illness, who could get it worse than you. Like, yeah, you know, it's great for you. You know, you may not have, you know, have it bad, but then you don't know if somebody else, what's going on. I mean, I would love to go out there and be like, hey, I want to go out to the movies, or I want to go out to the restaurant. You know, no one's going to know outside of town, whatever. But you know, and, you know, you have to deal with that. Usually when I do poop and reviews, I usually say, do I want to flush it? Do I want to not flush it? Well, I'd love to flush the shit out of me. I'm sorry for the curse word, but I would love to just flush this thing out of me and never have to do it and just test negative and go back to life and prepare for a wedding. But I just wanted to give you my review of after I've had it for 2.5 weeks, and having just tested positive again, even though I don't feel bad. You know, when you're born and raised in Florida, you have allergies, you have sinuses. I mean, hell, we're dealing with a Sahara dust cloud over our heads, and yet I don't feel any different. So to test positive and to know that, hey, you know, you got to stay on for another week, it's like, but you know what? I'll get past this. My family will get past this. We'll get past this. You know, it's just about, you know, remaining positive, remaining calm, and just remaining focused that any situation that you're in, it could always be worse. It could always be, much more difficult than what your current situation is, and you just got to proceed forward. It's about keeping your dreams, keeping your creativity, believing in yourself, and just always building upon your life, because your life is your brand. So guys, enjoy your brand, enjoy your life, and I guess I got to review it, huh? So I'll give it a little air flush. Hopefully that just flushed it out of my system. I doubt it. So I'm gonna go inside. It's hot as hell. I'm gonna go inside, get some Gatorade, and be creative. So take it easy, guys.